I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Idiots, morons, voters. Currently, the polls are showing that the worst criminal against democracy is the frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination. Why do I say he's a criminal? Come on, seriously? He committed voter fraud. We heard it.
Fellas, I need 11,000 votes.
He tried to overthrow the government and kill democracy. We watched it.
We will stop the steal.
He stole top secret confidential documents, including nuclear secrets. He admitted it.
As president, I could have declassified. Yeah. No, I can't, but this is classified.
Criminal. How come no one on the right wants this guy arrested? And I'm asking because they all wanted this pantsuit wearing woman arrested for emails. And none of those emails were top secret. None were stored in her bathroom or in her bedroom covered in Cheeto dust. Sweet Potato Hitler is saying that the Biden administration is weaponizing the DOJ against him. Even though, really? The government is weaponizing against him? His case is being run by a judge that he appointed. That the same judge that tried to deny access to the classified documents that he stole. She's a hack appointed by Trump. And it's not the first time he's appointed hacks. The DOJ even brought on an outside guy, Jack Baba Yaga Smith, a dude who prosecutes war crimes in The Hague, which is the world court. And Jack Smith, by the way, is an independent prosecutor on his own, brought in to deal with Trump, separate from the DOJ and the Biden administration.
Mr. Smith is a veteran career prosecutor. He has assembled a group who share his commitment to integrity and the rule of law.
And Trump, by the way, who has been in court since he and his dad refused to rent apartments to minorities in the 70s, yet Trump says yesterday he doesn't know what a subpoena is.
I didn't know practically what a subpoena was.
Except the first time he was subpoenaed was in 1973. And when he was running for president, he had over 1,500 lawsuits pending. So when it comes to not knowing what a subpoena is, Trump is either lying or has dementia.
Person, woman. Man, camera, TV.
I think it's both. This punk-ass snowflake thinks he's being targeted by his political opponent, but he's not in a cell. He's free to travel. The judge he appointed is running the case, and Fat Don hasn't been poisoned. Like Putin did to Navalny. Yeah, this is a government weaponized against you. Navalny and his team published material about corruption in Russia. And somebody didn't like it. In a 2011 radio interview, Alexei Navalny described Russia's ruling party, United Russia, as a party of crooks and thieves. Bad move. Since then, Putin has poisoned Navalny, tried him for embezzlement twice. The European Court of Human Rights said that the case was whatever the European word for bullshit is. Yet Navalny is in jail for 9 years, a sentence that Amnesty International described as a sham or bullshit. That's what a political hit job looks like. Not some dude with total freedom still getting his comb over shellacked and being blasted with burnt umber tam spray. Really, Don? Is everyone against you? Really? You said you grabbed pussy, then you got sued for sexual assault and lost. Is that fake? You admitted you didn't pay your taxes, so you got indicted and lost. Is that fake? You used kids' cancer charity to buy a painting of yourself. So now you and your family are barred from ever being part of a charity. And I could go on and on over all your criming, but then this update would be longer than a fucking Tarantino movie.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Everyone is against you and your family, yet for some reason your son and daughter made $640 million while working in the White House, and then when they left got $2 billion from Saudi Arabia? God damn, I wish people were against me like that. Against you? Alexei Navalny is in jail for a decade because he just ran against Putin for president. You pansy-ass victim, you're not being targeted. You played golf this week, badly.
Oh, he shanked it.
You committed crimes, treason against the United States and tried to end democracy. And I know because I watched it live.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
You did it. We saw it. And all I have to say is lock him up or lose this country. God damn it. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Fuck! Fucking tired! God damn, how can you stupid people continue to look at this guy? Jesus Christ, man! You already had this guy hit the 2x4 for 4 years. You want more? God! Like, what do you guys all have, like, lobotomies? What happened?
Did you hear about the guy who was arrested for child pornography because he left his phone at like a restaurant or something? And then somebody found his phone and they're like, oh, we need to track him. Who is this guy? And they're like, and they found like pictures of
It was still open.
Where was it?
Yeah. I don't know where.
You guys ready? That's a good
It's
way
in
to
probably
start.
Florida.
Yeah, by Florida. You can pretty much overall.
It's a good odds.
It's
The
like
odds are good.
Out of 50 states, if you just said Florida.
I was going to say,
Pretty probably correct.
It's a 50-50 shot.
if he's in Texas, my brother may have been the one to arrest him.
Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. How are you? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray
What's up, baby?
and the Highlander.
There can be only one.
I don't feel
Try
good.
to mimic your.
I don't feel good. I don't know what's going on.
Wait,
Do
physically?
you feel well or feel
I don't
good?
feel well.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna.
You
I'm gonna
look
scooch.
well and good.
All right then.
What are we talking
Are
about?
we
What
framed right in the camera?
happened?
Everything good? Everything good?
I like that we just started here. Are we? Do you have pants? Everybody got pants?
Can I apologize for the anger at the end of the Armageddon update? I am to the point now where I feel Elon Musk said it was a simulation, that humanity is a simulation. And it feels like we're starting over again where we were starting in 2015, except it's worse.
Yes.
We're starting from a weirder place.
What are we simulating, and what's the
So that
outcome?
the same asshole that ran for president and screwed the country up is running again, and now we know he's a criminal. We heard it when he said for the votes. He said we need 11,870 votes.
Votes. I can't
Then we
take
watched.
it.
Then we watched January 6th. We literally watched him go. We need to go to the Capitol and fight.
Yep.
And then we watched them trying to hang Mike Pence.
So don't apologize. Everyone's feeling that way.
But-
we just don't have bats handy to.
And then in his bedroom, there's classified documents.
Yeah.
They literally the most dangerous shit that any other nation could have on us. And don't do that again. She crossed her eyes while she's drinking. It's very funny. Do you know you did it? She went like this.
Are you trying to examine the
sometimes
can?
I start laughing for no reason. Watch this.
Usually I do things on purpose to make him laugh, but I actually did.
Oh, you did?
I do that, really?
Yeah, you got a lazy eye. You were developing an elderly lazy eye. See? So
Elderly? What are you talking
So
about?
I started, So I started to realize as I was doing the Armageddon update for the third time, because, sometimes it takes me a minute to learn it. And I have to be honest with you, I got so mad. How are we here? How are we here? We know the guy's a criminal. And do you remember, and I brought it up and everybody's brought it up, they were screaming, lock her up, about a woman who'd been cleared already twice. Mm-hmm. She's since been cleared 5 times for the email thing. The documents she had were classified. None of them were top secret. And they said lock her up, and she didn't do it on purpose. This guy, we know he did it on purpose.
Yeah, and now he's being targeted.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But he's okay. So here's how shitty the Biden administration is at targeting you. Number one, we're gonna let you go in front of the judge that you appointed that likes you, that already did some shady shit on your behalf. Mm-hmm. We're gonna let you have that judge. That's how we're gonna target you. We're taking you down, bro. Then we're not going to arrest you and put you in jail. We're going to let you free. And you have a plane, right? Use it. They didn't even limit his international travel. On top of that, we're going to let you get on the mic and talk shit about the government all the time. And absolutely nothing's going to happen to you. Because we're the Biden administration. You scared yet?
We're going to come get you.
Are you scared?
After you finish your golf.
Yeah, you wrap up the golf.
When you're done golf.
Wrap up the golf. Then go to Turning Point and talk shit about us.
Yeah.
And you know what? And we're still not going to do nothing.
And then we're going to knock on the door at Mar-a-Lago. And if you let us in.
They can't decide if he's addled, dementia-riddled, old.
Biden? All of the above.
Replaced by someone else. propped up like a puppet, or if he's the most devious criminal mastermind
Biden,
in our nation's history.
Can't be both.
And,
Okay.
on top
But
of that,
it is, according to
but
them.
he's doing all of that. He's targeting, and we have the lowest unemployment rate we've ever had in history. We've got a 60-year corporate profits, highest profits ever. We've got infrastructure, the CHIPS Act.
Trans, groomers, gay,
Trump was better.
DOJ weaponization.
Biden's driving this country to the ground.
So one of the guys was saying about when you're an attorney, you say if you don't have the facts, make up a story. If you don't have a good story, use the facts. And if you have neither, bang on the table really hard. And that's what they're all doing. Oh wow, sirens in North Hollywood. That's unusual. Well, is it time for the killing? I think it's time for the murder. We're about 5 minutes out of the murder in North Hollywood. Did you?
Okay.
Right on time.
Yeah, this is a daily murder.
Appointment for murder.
Across the street from the fucking shop.
Ooh, we got to hurry up the podcast. We got a
we got a body.
We got a body to go scoop up.
Well, I got to get out of here because the cops are going to block the gate again while they're cleaning the body up that was shot in front of the studio. Hi,
You guys are
Welcome
really jaded.
Welcome
both
to
of
another
you.
jaded. We've just seen.
No, we're ducking.
Listen,
we've
we've
been
seen
ducking.
a lot of death since we started doing the podcast, which nobody's ever said.
The comedy podcast from our soundstage. Because we have a podcast.
Oh, I'm so tired. Anyway, so today I got mad. I got really mad as I went down it. Nobody, and what I don't get, and Highlander said it earlier, he just goes, they're just stupid. And I go, not all of them. I mean, Cruz and those guys, they're just grifters, and they're just grifting like a motherfucker. But he's right. The voters are stupid. The voters are going, yeah, man, he's being railroaded.
Oh,
How?
yeah, I'm so tired of that.
Again, I'm going to say it again. The judge that he appointed is running his case.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Everyone that's taking him in is all
but
his
also,
appointees.
let's talk about, what was it, 76 court cases about the election
right. That he
and
lost.
some insane percentage of those judges were Trump appointed or Republican appointed Bush or someone, and he lost all but one, and it was a technicality that changed nothing.
Christopher Ray, FBI.
Oh no,
Conservative.
he's corrupt.
Conservative.
He is. I have seen so many conservatives posting videos about how corrupt he is. He first worked with Bush, then was appointed by Trump.
Yeah. That's how they're getting him. I tell you what, Biden is really diabolical. On top of that, he's making the economy kick ass. Oh, and by the way, we have the lowest inflation of any industrialized country in the world right now.
Can we just applaud for the latest Biden ad that uses Marjorie Taylor Greene's voice?
Beautiful, wasn't it?
That's Armageddon update level. Okay, we're going to take a little bow. That's what we do.
It was
okay.
Hip. It was hip. Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you guys know, went up at Turning Point or whatever.
Say it more slowly.
Marjorie Taylor Greene went up at Turning Point and did a basically he's the biggest investment in social programs since LBJ and Roosevelt. Well, she just listed all his accomplishments.
She basically was just like, he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's going to continue it. He's going to continue to try to use that money for social programs to help Americans. What an asshole! And so Biden took her whole speech and just put, "I'm Joe Biden and I approve this message."
He did a campaign ad, right?
Yeah. He just.
I love that.
And it's her just ranting and raving, and she's listing all the stuff he's done. That's great. And he just goes, "I'm Joe Biden and I approve this message." I would give it Oscar level trolling. It's Oscar level.
Yeah.
When you say
it's pretty amazing.
I mean, if you just word for word you didn't cut it. He didn't cut anything. He just took what she said.
Right. It wasn't like chopped up and like just sliced the words together.
But how dumb must she feel?
No, she doesn't feel dumb.
Not at all.
Right.
That's the problem.
Dumb people never feel dumb.
They don't know that they're dumb.
Dumb people don't know they're dumb.
I don't think they do. Or I was about to use an example, but I can't say that.
There's a great great orator said one time, "Stupid as a stupid does." Was a really poetic.
He liked chocolates too, that guy.
Yeah.
And big shoes.
Very big shoes. And running.
Bing bong. I just was reading this thing and I think about how we used to be the snowflakes, but now Matt Gaetz has a wife. You might not realize that, but he did get somebody to marry him. Even in the midst of all of those Venmoing underage girl scandals. And they went to the Barbie movie premiere. And
saw this picture. I thought it was fake. It's not fake.
her posing as Barbie?
No, him dressed wearing a pink jacket. Is that him?
Oh no, that's him.
Oh my God.
So look, here's what yes. So she's dressed kind of like Barbie might be dressed, and he's dressed in a pink jacket. She tweets about the Barbie movie and says she'd recommend, she tells people don't go because the Barbie she grew up with was a representation of limitless possibilities, embracing diverse careers and feminine empowerment. No, not exactly. Not exactly.
You mean the woman who stood on her toes all the time with the fake
giant
boobs,
yeah,
and the tiny waist, the waist that big, and the legs that went up to her ears?
Yeah,
that was empowerment. Okay.
Wasn't the body style like designed by a Nazi? Like
yeah, some lady. By the way, isn't it also
Ava Braun designed the body?
She was so opportunity, and she had a beach house, a Barbie beach house, and a Corvette. She was deep. Barbie was deep. Barbie was not shallow at all.
Yeah.
Where was she getting all this money?
The 2023 Barbie movie, unfortunately, neglects to address any notion of faith or family. I don't remember Barbie having faith or family.
No, I got none Barbie.
I'm not.
None Barbie
you guys know I got no problem with faith or family.
Right.
But my Barbie was single and used to have random sex with Ken underneath a red handkerchief.
Those were the days.
Yeah, that's
and
right. Yep.
There were no kids. I didn't have kids.
Because they had a Corvette. That's why.
She was a dirty
there
atheist.
Was nowhere to put them. But I don't remember any reference to any.
And by the way, her legs went up like this, I mean, for God's sake.
How do you know that?
Oh, why do you think I married you? You got Barbie
What
body.
were you doing with Barbie, and how did you get Barbie?
Think of it more as research.
Yeah. But like my ex, she has no vagina.
Sometimes.
At least that I was.
Barbies would dally with G.I. Joe down the hall.
Yeah. But they had men in uniform.
But, well.
When she was entertaining the troops.
My Barbie was more interested in G.I. Joe than Ken, actually. She thought Ken was kind of vapid. Pros, and she lists costume design, Cons. Unfortunate portrayal of big dreams causing anxiety. What? Unfortunate portrayal of big dreams causing anxiety.
Wow, that's the worst review of anything I've ever heard, I think.
That's the opposite of...
Disappointingly low T from Ken.
The guy without balls.
So wait a minute. So Ken doesn't bitch slap her. Ken doesn't bitch slap Barbie at any time during that.
And unfair treatment of pregnant Barbie midge. I don't know what. But anyway, she does this whole tweet about how Ken had disappointingly low T. And I'm like, he's a doll. He's not real.
In a world of pink.
And her husband is there in a pink jacket.
So hold on. Okay. So wait, all these conservatives who want kids to not be exposed to anything sexual, she's now saying that Ken needs to have a big set of nuts.
Ken needs to have a heat lamp set up to his balls.
And basically be swinging.
He needs to grab Barbie's by the pussy.
Wait, I don't get it. Wait, they keep saying that sexuality, like, kids don't need to learn any of this. Take it all out of schools. And yet she's like, no. Ken needed a bigger dick. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Ken needed to man up a little bit. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so whenever I hear a conservative speak, Lauren Boebert did something really great on camera. She's walking down the hallway in Congress. These people that basically one of their kids was killed in one of the school shootings and said, we're passing out these pins. These are to remember the kids. And would you please help us to do anything about stopping the killing of children? She takes the pin. It's on a paper. It's on a piece of paper, like a card. She walks, looks at it, and tosses it in the garbage in front of the people. Their kid died.
Who did that?
Boebert. Who else? Could you have guessed?
She skeet shooted it from the
fucking...
I'm so tired. Please, everybody, please stop voting for them or stop not voting. I said that with a negative, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
I am so tired of even having to have a conversation about these people.
Are they the most hypocritical people like in history? Like so. Cartoonishly hypocritical.
Yeah, and I think Democrats and liberals have their own hypocritical stuff but it's more based in make sure you use the right word. It's not country ending, democracy ending shit. It's like, yeah, we would like you call me Steve. Okay.
I would say, if you want to inside your stock trading, okay, I'll give you get a pass on a couple little things. But if you're doing right by the country elsewhere,
right.
Okay, I'll give you that. But the right is just undermining every fucking possible thing.
This is what I was talking about the Armageddon. They're all coming out saying Trump is being targeted and what DOJ has been weaponized. And I keep going back to Bill Barr, who Trump specifically told him to go after people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what Trump did.
Yes, we have proof.
We have proof that he did that repeatedly,
Yes.
and yet they're saying that the DOJ and the FBI is weaponized. Now, there's one of the guys that's going after Trump, and he's a Republican. He's a flat out Republican, Alex, and him and Chris Wray, and they were pointing that out today, and I was like, your argument, and this is where we go back to dumb people, because the dumb people hear the argument, they don't do, like, I go, well, who are those guys? Are they hardcore lefties? No, they're both Republicans. Yeah. They just believe in that, like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, who I don't agree with, but at least they gave a shit about America. And it's interesting that the dumb people don't need the facts. They just, whatever he says, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
But that's what I'm talking about. I had this thought today. There's a teacher that tweeted us, and I went on Twitter for it was my one time in 5 months. And no, she was asking if we would give voice to her Amazon wish list, because teachers make wish, your ex is a teacher. Yeah. And so if not, these teachers on their $22,000 a year salary try to buy whatever, cherry pick some supplies out of their own pocket. And education is national security. So maybe we could all, that's not a steal, that's a flat out fact. And that was said long before you, but I will credit, okay, you said it. As Christopher Titus says, education is national security.
Economic security.
So is women in power, national security. Yep. Proven, by the way. So I was thinking maybe we could all start thinking about ways to help amplify education, because that is at the heart of all of this shit we're talking about. Donald Trump, Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene. These people put their foot in their mouths left and right because they're idiots. And then the dumb people enjoy it and vote for them. How about we all find out from teachers that we know and we help them get things on their wish list?
Let's do that, because we'll tell you what, whoever, talk to your kids' teachers or teachers at school if you can help. We're going to do that too. We'll start bringing it up. We need to get, listen guys, what we're not teaching our kids, two things that are super important. Critical thinking. Don't just accept what people say. Just don't. And then financial. We don't teach them anything financially. My son gets out of high school, has no concept.
Yeah. They're
building workers. They don't want to build someone that's going to start their own business.
Yep.
They want to build a worker.
They just want workers. Yeah. Well, why don't we start with, we need to put a stop to the book banning.
But now we're back to dumb again, because dumb goes, yeah, that book's bad. They're pulling something they were pulling. I couldn't believe it. I think it was To Kill a Mockingbird again. They're going after To Kill. They're going after it's the greatest hits. Mark Twain.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, this is literature that's literally the history of America. What are you doing?
Salman Rushdie actually came out like a month ago. I don't know if you guys remember, he got shot in the head.
Did he get shot or stabbed?
Or was it stabbed?
He lost an eye.
Yes, right? He has an eye patch now. He's very jaunty looking
with
now.
A bullet.
He came out and said, and I know you hate the phrase both sides, but he said that he stands for freedom of press, literature, and he said liberals have tried to get rid of or change words that were used during that time, like in
Mark Twain. You're right. Leave it, because it wasn't a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. So,
but it is representative of the time.
Yes. But but again, we'll go back to this. Liberals have a huge problem with this, which is like, you need to call me this or she, whatever. If you mess it up, you're a bad person. No, I'm not. I'm just kind of living my life. Okay, sorry. I'm not into your nightmare that you're living all the time, or your positivity, whatever. Sorry. So liberals need to lighten up. I agree. But the liberal policies aren't ruining the country. They're making sure that homeless people get fed. They're making sure, again, that's still the dumbest thing I think we've ever come up with is in major cities, scooters. I don't quite understand. I don't understand.
You're so frustrated by this.
Every time we go to
liberals came up with the fucking scooters.
I don't know who did it, but who's
we
the
need
scooter,
to find out.
Who's the
Probably.
scooter lobby in America?
Seriously.
That every major city
We need to
has,
make sure that everyone has access to transportation.
and
Scooters.
we need to kill about 30% of those people that are on the street. So let's put them on scooters that'll go 22
That was
miles
the
an
And
hour.
they don't need
Republican.
helmets.
The
That's a
liberal
freedom.
came up with the idea for scooters, and the Republican was like, "That's a thinning of the herd. I like it."
That's what it feels like. That's going to be the new bit in the next show.
He's going to do a bit about these scooters everywhere we go because we see the people at 2 a.m.
Well, we're coming
when
out
we're
of the show.
leaving the show,
Mhm.
and they're drunk, and the girls in high-heeled sandals or flip-flops.
And the guys in Crocs, and they're both
No
on
helmets.
one
Hammered.
scooter. No helmets,
Yeah.
shorts. We were in Nashville. They were in shorts, hauling ass, and it was 1 a.m, and I'm like, oh, this is not.
Yeah.
Those are dead people.
And they can scoot. They're so tiny that they can like sneak around cars that you can't
But
see.
when did that become? I mean, all right, we have homeless people. We have no money. We have people are food insecure, which they used to call starving, but whatever.
If we give the scooters to the homeless people,
If
they
we-
can get jobs
as delivery
That's how-
people,
combine
and you
them.
can be scooter delivery,
Exactly.
and then you can do. I just don't.
We just solved it.
I,
Both problems.
Well, but
I just don't
Kill
think-
two people
I
with
don't
one,
Scooters is such
one
a
scooter.
weird solution.
I don't think it's a bad thing because I believe that people can gather the scooters in their truck and get money for returning them. So it does in theory, there's transportation to get to your bus stop or to get to your
work.
job if you can't afford a car or
It creates
whatever.
jobs. It
And
creates
you're
industry.
not, killing the environment. And then someone else can use their truck, remove the gardening equipment, and go pick up scooters and return them.
Loudly.
But
At
it doesn't help
midnight.
with housing because it's hard to take construction supplies on a scooter. You got to get a bunch of guys, a bunch of 12-footers. All right, guys, you guys got that? All right,
With
everybody.
a pallet of
11
2x4s.
miles an hour, no faster, no slower. We got to coordinate.
So I was just reading that Trump's legal team is currently, they're giving him their advice on how he can avoid jail. I'm really interested to find out what that is, but also they're seeking to learn whether the special counsel has evidence and or witnesses that they don't know about
Wait,
yet.
they're advising him on.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's Jack Smith. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've sent letters trying
They're
to find
advising
out.
him on how to avoid jail.
But without saying don't do crimes.
Please insert that Jim Carrey thing right now. Stop committing crimes, asshole. I love that that's where they're at now. All right, here's how you.
If someone has to advise you on how to avoid jail,
if it's your own
you've
attorney,
committed crimes.
If your own attorney has looked at the paperwork
You
and
should
they've
be in
already
jail.
sent you, and they go, "Hey, man, here's how you might be able to avoid this. You have a plane, right? You should go. You should just
Oh, shit. Yeah.
learn to
Now.
speak a little bit of Russian and go."
They listed the potential charges in the target letter. He received that target letter. We wouldn't know again, except he went on.
It adds up to about 30-something years. 14, 10, and something, and another 12, I think.
Yeah, but he's the one that announced it because Jack Smith isn't announcing it.
And he's 80, almost 80 now.
What he thinks is that if he gets out in front of it, then it looks like everybody's trying to hide it. But they showed up on Sunday at his house. Like, here, man, this is for your target. I mean, they're not, all this DOJ, FBI weaponized shit is not true. It's not true. It's Republicans that are taking him down. It's guys that he actually appointed that were good Americans that they're like, you're a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
There's something about the guy. Still don't know what it is about the guy that people are like, yep, I'm gonna do whatever this guy says. That guy, his sidekick, the guy that's also indicted with him.
Oh, Nauta, Walt Nauta.
That guy was like a intelligence guy. Like that guy was a legit American, and now he's and what does Trump have that sucks you in?
Well, you compare him to Hitler all the time. It's that same type of cult leader charisma.
I hear him repeating the same dumb phrase over and over again and think, God, he's dumb. I cannot
You're not susceptible to that.
Not hear. I'm all over double negatives today. Cannot not hear how dumb he is when he speaks because I was raised by my mother. I can't fathom how my siblings don't hear it the same way when he says, even coyotes they're bringing coyotes.
Imagine that. He goes, imagine that. Coyotes.
Because he thought it meant dogs.
It meant little dogs are sneaking
They're
across
storming the airports.
It's
and
depressing.
it was just
and they rammed the ramparts.
One
They
day,
rammed the ramparts.
it's just he's so dumb. But
they saw the sea.
And then he comes up with cute little colloquialisms that are words we don't even use anymore, like hoax. He brought hoax back in a big way. We didn't use that anymore. The last time I read that was in Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
So, but I hear it, and he sounds embarrassingly stupid to me.
It's like if you go to like a classroom of kindergartners and you use like a word that to them it's new, and you'd be like, I just came up with that word,
and then
everyone.
they repeat
Reciprocal.
it over.
I was watching. We were cutting up Armageddon, and reciprocal. There was a day he said reciprocal, like he had just learned it.
Yeah,
it was in the last
call
election.
It reciprocal.
He goes. So I
no, you don't call it that. That's a word. You didn't make it up. He did that all the time.
But he can claim that he did.
So by the way, the favors were reciprocal. Like
he was so proud
see how
of
smart
that.
I am. Okay, that's fine. Look, W wasn't the smartest guy. W was a nice man and had common sense. America. Dumb is not a prerequisite for being evil.
Well, there's the other thing that I was about to say is that also I can hear through everything he says so clearly.
Right.
You watch how much he praises people that like him, that he appointed that work for him.
Cannon is
so
an amazing
I'm getting
judge.
to that. So he praises these people until someone says, hey, you can't do that thing you just did. That's against the Constitution or it's against the law. Then they are stupid, never Trumpers, sucked, didn't like them anyway.
Deranged.
So if you actually just were baseline intelligent, you would go see that every time someone calls him on doing something he shouldn't do, then he turns on them. But what he's doing right now, he's already gone and truthed about Walt Nauta right before we found out Walt Nauta was charged. Walt Nauta, good man, family man. Now he's done it about Judge Eileen Cannon. And if I were her, I would be pissed as a woman. Look, I know who she is and who appointed her and her job performance aside. She is a woman in a male-dominated profession that probably would like to stay in that profession for a long time. And he is going on True Social and saying what an amazing judge she is. She's a good family woman.
So can I say this then? So let's take men and women out of it. Any judge, man or woman. If he appoints a judge, and that judge, that exact judge, man or woman, goes, by the way, these stolen classified documents that he has, we need to hire a special master to go through them one at a time. That's going to take months so he can continue to have his documents. They had two other Trump judges body slam that, say that she was an idiot. You should recuse yourself.
Long ago.
You have zero professionalism.
Not only were you appointed by him,
we've already seen you dance for him.
You've already been called on that by two higher courts,
right?
Or two higher court decisions.
She's a scumbag judge.
So
man or woman, she's a scumbag judge.
It's humiliating when you get reversed like that.
But there's a point. That's what I don't get. You have dignity. I have dignity. There's a line I won't cross. I'm just like, sorry, fuck off. I'm not doing it. What is it about Trump that gets these people to have no dignity?
That's my point.
He was a respected guy in the Navy. Dignity, just gave it up.
You just said Indian tech.
What?
That was the word intelligence. He was a respected guy in the tech.
Oh, intelligence. Sorry. My brain finished the word. Is that weird?
You heard it?
Yeah, my brain said intelligence.
Intech.
Which is my brain said intelligence. All right.
Hey!
Yeah, she knows what it does.
By the way, let me just tell you this really quickly, and then we'll go back to what's going on with Trump. But there are so many weather events happening right now. There's a largest wildfire in California.
Floods in Spain.
Right now, which I did not know. Where is Lakeview? And please tell me it's not close to us.
Why? What's going on in Lakeview?
Largest wildfire in California right now has now reached incredible size, 437 acre.
Since today?
In Riverside County and 825 acre peak of fire. Well, let's see.
After all that rain
those are other active. There's several going on. Rabbit fire is what this one's called. It's so cute.
They're burning up rabbits?
It's the rabbit. Well, yes.
Yeah, I guess they are in there.
Rabbit sees a fire coming.
Turn into Gracie. Well, yes.
Well, yes. Yes, Ken. Do a rabbit when it sees a fire coming. Exactly. And scene.
Crackle sound.
It's burning a
And
bunch
delicious.
of rabbit. Oh, it's in Riverside County. Combination of dry fuel, topography. It's not that far. And weather. Yeah. So we have that. We have North Carolina just had a tornado that damaged the Pfizer plant, shut down I-95 and has injured 4 people.
Phoenix has a record temperature for 15
Floodwaters have reached the Taj Mahal as northern India reels from massive flood deluge.
Didn't Spain have this crazy ass flash floods?
Yes. Vermont.
Vermont.
Flooded. Hawaii governor has now declared a state of emergency as the storm coming threatens to deliver torrential rains that they're not equipped to handle. 17
Hawaii. I'm sorry.
17
These
European countries are under high temp alert.
Wait. I want to point something out. These are torrential rains. Hawaii is not equipped to handle. Hawaii is in the middle of the Pacific. Yeah. All it does is like, it's hot and then it rains crazy, torrentially. And even Hawaii is like, yo, brother, this is going to hurt.
We also
They could just
are
turn on the
now in
volcanoes,
a
though, and just steam it out.
39-day heat wave that could last well through August after breaking 2,300 plus heat records. Because of that, this episode is brought to you by Liquid IV.
Got it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Long segue, but very
It
good.
was a long segue, but I felt like
yes.
it was an importantly educational segue.
You know why? Because it'll keep you hydrated and you won't have an internal wildfire.
This is or external.
So they're gonna, if they spray Liquid IV over the forest areas,
They would do it
No.
and give nutrients.
Don't waste Liquid IV. Use it. You guys, honestly, I had just gave my dad a lecture about this because he's outside. He
works his butt off.
has 40 acres. And
He's 95 and he's
not 95.
I've never seen a man work harder.
But exactly. And so he's out in the heat and he comes in and he's so dehydrated. And when I was there, he's like, I have such a bad headache. I don't know why. And I was like, Dad, drink a Liquid IV. He drank. I made him one, mixed up a packet of strawberry with a little bit of water. Headache. He goes, my headache's gone. I go, you got it sitting on your shelves. So I made him commit to having 1 Liquid IV every day right before he goes outside. Because you don't realize how dehydrated you're getting in this weather, but it
creeps up on you.
And it happens quickly.
It's made a difference in my life. I have probably 3 a day. I have 1 in the morning, and I usually have 1 in the evening, and then 1 where I have 1 on my nightstand. So
you always have. He makes the bottles and then puts them in strategic areas around the house.
like signs. What do you?
Yeah,
Like where
exactly.
he
You
can
never
just
know when
grab
the
it.
alien's going to show up and need
hydrate
nutrients.
them.
Yeah,
And sometimes they're ready, so he grabs it on his way out the door. So I also definitely often use it if I have drinks. You have to, especially in the heat and you're drinking, have a Liquid IV before you go to bed for sure. But it's even better if you have one before you drink and then before you
it
go
makes
to bed.
all the difference,
Holy
and
crap.
especially as hot as it's been. I was here, and I wasn't using AC on the weekend and on Sunday, and I had one, and my headache. Yeah. By the way, my body aches go away too, and I don't know what that's from. Is that just from being dehydrated, mildly dehydrated?
That's one of the symptoms of
I was on a plane
dehydration.
for like 4 hours too, so that probably helped with the dehydration. So when
That's
I got here,
another reason why we use it, because we travel. Years in the making, they now have a sugar-free Liquid IV.
Still damn good.
It is so good because they made peach, which was the flavor I was waiting for forever because peaches are my favorite fruit. I love peaches, and I've mastered peach margaritas, and now I have a sugar-free peach Liquid IV.
That's a cockiness of an alcoholic. I've mastered peach margaritas.
Oh man, have I though. So
takes a
and
long time to get to.
the great thing about the sugar-free is that they worked on it for so long so that they could formulate it without artificial sweeteners. So we don't want fake weird shit in our bodies. So they have peach, green grape, and lemon lime. So green grape is a good one too. Also, this company gives back, so I love this company. If you're not trying it, I highly recommend you get it. And if you have older family members, get it for them too, because this weather is really dangerous right now. Real people, real flavor, real hydration, now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use promo code Titus at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use promo code Titus at liquidiv.com.
20% off's a good chunk.
You know why it's great too is because I used it when I first used it. I bought the
Giant packets.
The shabuzi, the combo shabuzi. Right. What do you call it? A pack, a stack. Well, I don't know. Anyway, it works on those too. So you get extra and you get 20%
combo
off.
shabuzi is what I like.
I think that's what they call it.
That's going to be the name of our next company.
Combo shabuzi.
Yeah, just whatever app we come
whatever
up with.
that is, I would
the combo
buy that.
shabuzi, 100%. Instead of some four-letter app, it's combo shabuzi.
Yes, it's like it doesn't fit.
You can
on
never sign in. You can be like, shabuzi. How many Z's in shabuzi?
Password is combo shabuzi 1.
What is going on with this Jason Aldean thing? Did you listen to the song?
Heard it. I heard. Well, I listened to the song. Okay.
Sheryl Crow's now come out against him.
Because the video, the song, so the song walks into if you pulled a gun on you carjacked or blah, blah, blah. It's all this weird, it's weirdly couched in, the lyrics are very leaning towards you protested against a cop. It's like, it's against all, so I listened to the song.
So explain.
It reminds me of Charlie's, it reminds me of like a Charlie's Daniels kind of rocker kind of, but then.
So people are saying that it promotes gun violence and there's a lynching reference or something in a different song?
The video, they shot the video for it. This is what I heard on the way over. They shot the video at a place where that's one of the most famous lynchings in that state.
But also, isn't there some reference to...
His people said, we did not know that. You didn't?
Well, there's a lot of lynching spots.
That's true. Where in that area.
I mean, you throw a rock, there's going to be a lynching spot.
By the way, there's also some where people got hit with rocks.
Yeah,
there's also other areas. Yeah, they were stonings too. Yes.
So wait, he doesn't say. I thought there was something about someone hanging or something. I read the one about the small town, and he said he's just promoting small town pride and how we take care of our own.
No, it's a threat. No.
So Sheryl Crow has now come out.
Try that in a small town. See how far you get. That's literally a lyric.
There's an alternate take of that video, and they're all dressed in white with white hoods. If you can believe it.
And he's claiming, well, Puffy did that on a bunch of videos.
Those are hats. We don't call them hoods.
Those are
call them
pillowcases.
hats.
We were doing laundry and it rained.
And we fell. And we had just had our hair blown out. So we had to put the pillowcase to protect
his people are just
hair.
having meetings.
What are you
What do
doing?
we say? I'm looking up the lyrics. I wanted to read the lyrics.
Okay, well, you're taking too long, and we're ready to move on.
Here it is. Jason Aldean. Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. We'll try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care
pretty
of
far
our
though.
own.
There's
If you
three people there.
You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They said one day they're gonna round up. They said they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city, but good luck. Like
Listen.
it's all pretty like fuck you,
BLM.
you. Yeah, BLM
Plus,
protest.
didn't he show clips
the videos,
from BLM protests?
And here's the thing: do we need? Is there something? I'll tell you something that happened this week. We were doing our show, and I was doing this part. And someone commented on it. Was at the show in Omaha. I do one. There's one reference. The joke is I at my divorce. I go and I have to go to court because I'm not in the Trump administration because Trump never shows to court. And audience laughs. Some people go ooh, and I go come on, I get one because in the entire show there's one joke. And I go I get one. Come on. I go even you Trump people got to know, and they'll nod and they'll laugh. I do it in Omaha. First show Saturday, and a guy goes, "What about Hunter?" And I said, well. I said, Hunter never worked in the White House.
Here.
And I totally stole it from you. You're the one running. Hunter never worked in the White House. And Hunter didn't get $640 million while he did work there or get $2 billion from Saudi.
Brought the house down.
And the fucking Omaha, Nebraska went batshit.
Yeah, but it's your people. It's not like it's a sampling of Omaha.
Yes, it is.
Again, your people.
I am very broad-based. And I mean, that's my ass has grown since I got older. But
all the Titus fans from Omaha, they all showed up to the show.
So
yeah, that was them.
That's
all.
So
what
there they
happened
were.
is the crowd goes nuts, and I go, "Hey, man, I want you to know something. I'm tired of all this back and forth, and I want you to know I don't care what you think. I still love you, my fellow American. And the place went nuts again. And when this is such a, watching Trump be so negative and watching the rest of the GOP jump on this, Marjorie, just the divisiveness. Using it, but using it as a money raising thing. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene just made
they know. She knows.
Right.
She's just doing it.
She's smart enough to know that.
But the people that vote aren't smart enough to know that's what they're doing. They're not thinking it through.
Omaha is interesting.
And Jason Aldean was not born in a small town. He never lived in a small town.
I love this. This is the liberal thing. They've already dug up his birthplace. You weren't even born. You were born in Atlanta.
No, what made me mad was that he's basically wrote a country song from the Trump point of view.
He has freedom of speech.
100%. Sure. I agree with that too. But
careful, artists.
No, wait, no. I am surprised. I agree.
But our freedom of speech is to say he might be a racist.
Yeah. I mean, the lyrics are kind of like.
Well, first of all,
he ain't talking to me.
I need to talk about Omaha really quickly. Okay. Can you hold that thought?
Sure,
do you remember it?
That, but go. Yes.
Okay, we'll say it really quick. But I want to talk about Omaha.
I want to talk about the difference between the weapons that he's talking about. Try that in a small town.
Right.
You want to get your daddy's shotgun, okay, against what the custom machine guns that they have here and bombs and.
Try that in North Hollywood.
Try that in North
Hollywood. Oh, you'll never get through North Hollywood.
Ask Clumsy.
We're taking people
Rest
out.
Rest in power, Clumsy.
Rest in power, Clumsy.
Omaha's great. It's known for corn and.
I'm going to pour it out for
What
Clumsy.
else is Omaha known for? Kids?
Titus fans.
No.
Warren Buffett.
No.
The bank.
Cheese.
Omaha of
steaks.
Mutual of Omaha. Oh.
This episode brought to you by
Butcher Box.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I like this game.
I like that it's a game show now. We've actually turned it. What advertiser are we going to go do now?
Because what if you had said the wrong one? Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Butcher Box. Company we love. My dad got it for Father's Day. Never seen a man more excited. He sat with my laptop, which was something he also wasn't sure how to use. I said, Dad, just touch the little square. And whoa. He was like, but he got to sit there because I got him the box where he can choose. And
you get to pick your meat.
You get to pick your meat, and he loves it. It gets delivered to him, and he doesn't pay for shipping. Well, I don't pay for shipping because it's a recurring Father's Day gift. And he got to sit there and scroll. That's why I had to teach him how to do that, because there's so much on the website now, and pick exactly what he wanted. He got shrimp. Couple pounds of shrimp. He was very excited about it. And
we used the chicken for the barbecue on 4th of July. It was great.
We certainly did.
Great, phenomenal. It was great for 2 days. Like, we had extra.
My dad, I don't think, believed me about the taste difference. He always shops at Costco, and we love Costco.
Kirkland's
we
good.
love the quality of Costco. I said, but you just got to try this. And he had tried it before I got to his house, and he agreed. He said I think he said cleaner. It tastes cleaner.
Yep.
Because there's no added hormones and all that garbage that you usually get in meat. Also, did I mention again that it gets delivered to your house and you don't have to leave? All the meat that they source is humanely raised, no antibiotics or added hormones. And so the beef is 100% grass-fed, free-range organic chicken. That's why that tastes so different. Pork that's been raised crate-free, and wild-caught seafood, so it's not farmed and swimming in its own poo. I just like to boil things.
We need to edit that part out. We need to
no, there's this wild cut.
There's this awesome wild cut, yeah.
There's this wild cut. If you buy farmed seafood,
it's in its pen. All I'll say is that everything. I don't know about all that, but everything we've got from them every time we've cooked it, it's been phenomenal.
Well, yes, so you need to try it. And it's extremely affordable. It's way less expensive than going to the grocery store, and you don't have to go to the grocery store. And you can set every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks, depending on how much you'll use. And it is a little bit like Christmas when it comes. ButcherBox is giving us a special deal. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus, and you get New York strips for an entire year, plus $20 off your first order. That's butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus to claim this deal. Free New York strips in your box for a year.
Yep, I love it when you said it. We can put a whole bunch of those together.
Weird. ButcherBox.
this climate change thing, doesn't it feel this year things have accelerated?
Yes.
It feels different because we had such a weird winter, and I was like, we had an extreme winter. Like in 1 year,
it was weird.
1 year we filled all the reservoirs that were empty. It wasn't like they were a little bit low. They were,
and in
empty.
1 month we've emptied them.
Yeah, and now, and we had all that rain for how many months, and now everything's catching on fire. It's only been a month since it got warm again.
The timing keeps shrinking, and like last year we were like, wow, this is the worst it's ever been, and here we are again this year going, it's worse than it was. It's
so hot, and it's so hot. So Texas has had now. Every day they're breaking a record. Phoenix is now 19 days into 110, 112 degrees.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like Phoenix is already
their infrastructure is great though, so they can handle it. They can definitely handle the extra stress of the
always.
I don't know what that means. I just know we're fucked. And then there was someone.
I don't know what that means. I just know we're fucked. That sums up this whole podcast.
Was it Portugal? Was it Portugal or Spain? There was a video today that said the last 2 days we have never seen this, and it was this road with cars on it, this deep in water, just cars smacking into each other. And they said, we're just having flash floods for no reason. They had 12 inches of rain dropped. It was here in America. 12 inches of rain dropped in an hour and a half.
Vermont?
It might have been Vermont.
I know Vermont.
Or 24 inches. It was insane.
When we were in Omaha. You keep hearing about weather events that shouldn't be where they are.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a 500-year flood. We talked about this last week.
And Canada is on fire. And my dad was telling me yesterday that the smoke has gotten all the way down there to North Georgia now. So he was coughing a lot. He said it was hazy.
How much fire? Do you know how much fire it has to be from Canada? How big that fire has to be? That down in Georgia, your dad is getting smoked out.
Well, it's a lot of leaves, all those maple leaves.
I know, but it's tasty. It's good. It's got a nice syrupy, pancakey flavor to it. But I'm just saying that. Do you realize? And Bill Nye the Science Guy just said, he goes, it's just going to get worse. He goes, everybody keeps waiting for this climate change tipping point where everything goes bad. He goes, it's just going to get worse every year.
Or some magic invention that we're going to go, okay, this thing's going to solve.
Oh no, it'll take 1 billion of us to die. Then they'll invent something, or there'll be a government shutdown where they just go, nothing moves. You remember the first 3 months of COVID, how everything started to heal because we weren't driving every day. Nobody was on the road.
Yeah, good point. It'll be mandated.
They'll be saying, nope, we're shutting everything down for 6 months. And then people will flip out again. I'm not wearing a mask. You don't have to wear a mask. Just go outside with your kids. I ain't playing with my kids. You can't make me play with my kids. Why are you guys just anti-everything?
Yeah.
I got a friend of mine who we kind of stopped being friends because of COVID and stuff. And I called him the other day and we had a long talk because after what I said in Omaha, I thought I want to talk to my buddy because I told him, I said, look, man, we don't have to agree. And he started talking about how he started talking about both sides, which is weird. He started going after that. He started going these GOP.
That's the new thing, though.
Yeah, but he's actually brought examples. I was kind of proud of him because he brought up examples of behavior on that side too. He used to just go over there, but he said the thing that bugged him most was mandating the COVID vaccine. And he said, I've had a couple of friends that had this, and I told him, I go, you know what, man? I know everybody's had. All my friends had it, and not a single person had a reaction. And he just got quiet. And I'm like, so it's all whatever your experience is. Today they came out and they found that they did genetic testing. I said this years ago because this is what happened with the Spanish flu, the last pandemic.
Steer.
What?
Go ahead.
I said there's a genetic component to it. What?
Go ahead.
I said they're going to find out, and they found out today there's a genetic. What are you doing?
Pull that podcast. Roll that. Bean footage. That beautiful bean footage. Yeah.
Did you read it?
For sure. How would either of us ever know that? I found it was a news story.
They said 80. You're right. 80 and 85.
It took them
80 years or something.
No, it was like 2004 or 7. They finally released it, and we counted the years. We were like, what?
Yeah.
And then this one reacted so differently. Yeah.
They said they have identified 2 different genes that cause either long-term COVID or people that had bigger reactions.
Isn't it weird though? Like my niece right now has it and had to go to the
COVID
hospital.
Right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, Rosa, one of Rosa's clients ended up on a ventilator 2 weeks ago. She's not maybe going to make it.
People keep
My niece is really sick. She's 21. Ended up in the hospital on base due to severe dehydration. and then told me last night it was kicking her butt and that she couldn't breathe. I can't breathe. So I had to have this conversation with her, like, you need to go to a civilian hospital and we'll figure it out. Because she said it took her 4 hours to get in on base.
Here was their logic, though. Man, if I go, I'd have to wait 4 hours. Oh, or you can just stay in bed and wait 8 hours and die.
Oh, you're right, exactly. What's the logic?
Again, she's 21.
Okay, I get
She
it.
may be a Marine, but she's 21. She works in intelligence.
She joined the military.
Actually.
Say no more. We get it.
Exactly.
We know where she is.
So I was thinking today that it's going around, obviously, in Southern California. I now know of several people.
And it's a different strain.
Well, shit.
But nobody's talking about it. Mm-hmm. We're not hearing a new cute name for it. We're not being told what this strain does to you and what you need to watch for. Remember, they'd be like, Omicron does this, you need to watch this. They're not telling us to get a booster or get vaccinated. Is there a booster? Like, what did you guys just throw in the towel? What happened?
Yeah. I'm looking for data tracker weekly. This is May.
Well, while we're talking about while you're looking that up,
it's weird that
I have a health story that pooping only every 3 or more days is now linked to cognitive decline. Research has now proven. So you're safe.
Pooping
I know
every 3
you're safe.
Because you're full of shit.
You're both safe.
Yeah.
My dad would be so proud. My dad,
Your dad loved a good poop
my
joke.
dad would have laughed his ass off at that.
Well, if you need to poop regularly.
Oh my God. Where are we now?
I don't.
The segues are getting much longer.
I'm not saying. No, that was it. That was the whole segue. I was trying to give him time to find this, but it will. Never mind.
So
AG1. AG1 is a product that has things that your body needs to function optimally.
Especially your gut health.
Definitely gut health. Definitely supports your immune system. We were just talking about COVID going around anymore and we don't know what to do. Definitely helps with, it gives me an overall feeling of health and well-being. It's a powdered nutrition supplement. You put a scoop of it in water, you shake it up, you are done for the day. 75 vitamins, minerals, whole food source, superfood
I had
ingredients.
some on Monday. I haven't done mine today yet, but I had Monday. And it did to me what wheatgrass does. I drank the whole thing and about a couple minutes and I was like, oh. It's good. It was a good feeling.
You get he reacts well
to certain things. Yeah, I react. Yeah,
I believe it has
healthy
that in
things.
it.
Yeah,
you guys got to go read the ingredients. It's like, oh, I could never eat all those things in a day that are so good for me, and you don't have to.
Here's how good it tastes. Even the burp was good.
It's healthy.
It's tropical.
You can inhale it and double the effect you like to do.
I did the dog's face. I was like, bleh, and they're like, I feel better.
Oh, yeah, it smells like a tropical breeze. So definitely, in my opinion, things that your body needs that you could not possibly get and source and get in your body all at once. And so, you can replace your probiotic because it's got probiotic in it. You can replace all those vitamin bottles in your cabinet. You don't have to remember all of that crap. You don't need to remember to choose spinach. Have AG1 and it'll handle all of that for you. And definitely you will notice an overall feeling of health.
100%.
And I have energy from it and it's helping my hair and my skin and my nails. It's kind of out of control. So I can keep doing this to them. Because my nails are getting strong. So what? It's an important benefit of it. So you should definitely try AG1.
It's good stuff.
If you want to take ownership of your health, give it a shot and you get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D. It comes in a dropper bottle you add to that shaker and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/Titus. That's drinkag1.com/Titus. Go check it out.
We should let the MAGA people know that Rachel's youthful glow is from AG1, not adrenochrome. Okay.
I have to be honest. It's one of the best supplements we've ever had. And you and I, because you're training and stuff, I've always been around supplements, creatine. This stuff is just, it's so solid. And I like it so much better than taking vitamins because it doesn't make my stomach have, if I'm on an empty stomach and I'm taking much vitamins, I get that weird, like,
yes,
this doesn't do that.
Or you know what too? You know, when you take vitamins in the morning when you think of it, when you go downstairs.
You get that hollow feeling.
If you take them on an empty stomach, you get so nauseated, and I have thrown up. This I do on an empty stomach. It is totally fine.
Enlightening. So these are COVID numbers for California. This is as of May 20th. These are recent numbers. 1,285 people in ICU. Sorry.
Right now?
No. Total hospitalized patients. 1,285.
Where?
Yeah, this is on average. This is in California. ICU patients 126. 14-day change minus 10%. I'm just giving you
the
good
whole
news.
state or the southern?
So we need to target this. Where?
So California.
North Hollywood.
1,048 deaths from March 14th to June 11th. Daily average deaths 11.6 deaths.
Just in California?
14-day change minus 40%. So it's going. Numbers are going down. It's clearing out.
Well, my niece got it day before yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that yes, people are still getting it, but the numbers continue to drop.
But then what? Then what?
Well, I mean,
then it's the apocalypse and water wars. So we're all dying anyway.
Look. So in the Spanish flu, they were coming out of a world war. And it started in Kansas. They called it the Spanish flu, which pisses the Spaniards off. And because it was Kansas, because Kansas flu doesn't sound scary. And so everybody thought it was the end of the world. Then we had the Roaring 20s, and people made the most money they ever made up till the end of it. When they actually started to become very protectionistic about trade, and then we lost everything. So guys, we're going to be fine. Trust me, we're going to be fine. We'll get through. AI
for COVID.
A second IRS whistleblower has come forward about the Hunter Biden probe. 13-year IRS vet came forward and spoke publicly in a hearing today, said that or gave examples of prosecutors not following normal investigative process, echoed fellow whistleblower Gary Shapley's claims that investigators recommended charging Hunter Biden with far more serious crimes than what the president's son agreed to plead guilty to. So now there's another guy that's saying we recommended.
But can I say this? So we know that if you think the government, just because you're in government, the president's a Democrat, doesn't mean the entire government goes Democrat. Because he's a conservative doesn't mean the entire government. So some of those people are going to have biases either way, right?
Well, and the judge or the attorney was a Trump appointee that they left on the investigation.
Right. And he's the guy who recommended not to charges. It was a Trump guy. So there's going to be people come out to talk shit. Chris Christie has no chance of being president. He's talking more shit than anybody. I think there's some stuff going on that we have to face it. If Hunter Biden committed a crime, he should fucking go to jail. Yeah. That's the difference between liberals and conservatives. Right. We know Trump committed crimes and they don't fucking care. They're like, so he shouldn't go to jail.
Yeah, I actually don't care if Hunter Biden goes to jail or not.
If he did it,
I don't know him.
I know Joe Biden doesn't either. He's like, I don't want him to, but if he committed,
it
sorry,
break
bud,
his heart.
you're gonna have to.
Yeah, bud, I love you, but how about you?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't know Hunter Biden, and I don't need to know him.
And
so
he's never been part of our government. Hunter
Right.
Biden doesn't affect my life.
Right,
Donald
that's why
fucking
I'm like,
Trump affected
why
my life.
are we having hearings about?
And he tried to kill his own vice president, sent a mob to kill his own vice president. Hunter Biden, by the way, has never affected my life. He's never been part of our government.
Right.
He has never done a goddamn thing except do hooker selfies. That's what he does.
Right.
Okay, got it. That's your life. Him and Charlie Sheen should hang out.
He's boosting the hooker economy.
Exactly. So he's causing a difference in the economy.
In their lives.
Trump, on the other hand, has fucked over charities that he's banned from. He has actually lied on his taxes, refused to pay taxes. He has done every shady fucking thing we can possibly imagine. I gotta stop swearing so much. And then he stole classified documents from our government.
They don't care.
After invoking an insurrection. And you keep bringing up Hunter Biden.
Yeah, that's all they bring up.
Like, what are you talking about?
That's all they care
Well, it was
about.
interesting in Omaha. I was really interested to see the audience all react, because they weren't all liberals and they weren't all Democrats, to watch them react to like, exactly. If Hunter Biden committed a crime, go to jail. But so should everybody else.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And that's the difference between conservatives and Democrats, Republicans, because Democrats go, yeah, you go to jail.
Right.
Al Franken quit, walked away. They told him you're done. He
regrets that.
Oh, he does too.
He's like,
well, they hated him.
If only I had known that you could just tell everybody to F off and keep going to work.
Yeah.
after him,
he's got to watch Santos.
They stopped responding to subpoenas. As congressmen and women, they stopped responding to subpoenas.
Did you see Swalwell yesterday talk about Jim Jordan? So Jim Jordan does this whole big thing where he goes after the head of the FBI and he goes, "You were called here and you refused to blah, blah, blah." Gets done ranting at the guy from the FBI. And then Swalwell goes, "I just want to point out that, what is it, 2 years now, 3 years now, that Jim Jordan was issued a congressional subpoena and he never showed up for it.
Thank you.
Yet he's sitting here yelling at the FBI guy who's here about how it took him so long to get him here. Yet Jim Jordan did. He goes, "It's a joke." He goes, "It's become funny now that they sit here and rip on everybody else, but they won't do a damn thing." And I want you to know something, people. I think people sometimes watch this podcast or listen to me and they think, "Fuck you, libtard." Listen, I make more money than the Democrats. That's just a fact. Whenever they're running things.
Well, your taxes are better with Republicans. But you still fight for.
Okay, but there's a balance. Like, here's what I don't get. This is where my morality comes in. And that's why when people say that they are, even the Bible says, "Render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's." So, right? So, so when I hear people saying, "I don't pay fucking taxes," I'm like, well, you drove here on a road though, and you're complaining about the homeless thing, and Reagan shut down all the mental health facilities, which is that's what most of that is. We could fix this if we just we could all be fine. There's countries around the world that show that if you just pay into social, everybody does well.
You're going to pay
drag
more.
queens are having story
right,
hour.
I know
It's
that.
1%, not even of the population.
It's very, and trans people are
1%.
competing in sports.
Not even 1%.
And
it's like 0.0000.
Yeah, it is.
Hunter Biden had a laptop. So we'll talk about all your.
And I shouldn't have to make a cake for no. We've gotten to a place in America where it's
you gotta
not the
bleep
issue.
that because this will never get on YouTube.
Oh, right. Sorry. I want to say this. We need to come to a place where you people that like Trump, you have to know that all they're doing is doing what Hitler did. The Jews were actually, the reason the Jews did so well is because they were so educated. The families really cared about educating their people. So what they did run the banks. They did have a lot of power because they earned it. They busted their asses, and they did it with the community. And when Hitler noticed that, and he was like, "So how come they have everything? They're taking it from you." And that's exactly what Trump's doing. They're taking it from you. No one's taking shit from you. There's no guy coming across the border with a backpack and a kid who wants to get a job picking cabbage in the Central Valley just so he can eat. That guy's not taking your job. And if he is, you fucked up.
They're not talking about the border. Talk has gotten very quiet because the numbers are
the lowest number of people crossing the border since early 2021.
They don't know. But drag queens are having bingo and grooming.
Yeah, at brunch.
Trans.
At brunch.
Gay,
trans, gay,
cake.
Trans, gay,
and
minority.
Woke. Laptop.
They asked DeSantis what woke meant, and he goes, "No, a lot of people don't even know what it means, but you know it when you see it."
DOJ weaponization.
What?
Not good enough. Not good enough.
What?
You need to
You
divide.
know when you
White
see
men are losing their power, their whatever. I mean, it's all these things that they focus on. And if you think about it, you have said this repeatedly, but what do you stand for? What's your platform?
What's your plan? How are you going to make it better?
What's your proposal for infrastructure? What's your proposal
next week
for
is infrastructure week.
Fixing the healthcare system?
We have a plan. It's coming out.
We are pricing people out of even having health care, which should be a basic human right.
Mm-hmm.
That if you're sick, you should be able to be cared for and not worry about getting a $200,000 bill. That's insane.
Like all the other first world countries, all the other.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I was going to say, if this was a new idea that no one had made work,
right?
We have examples. We have numerous examples worldwide where this works. Yeah, then I got to go to Canada. I got to wait to get a kidney transplant. Let me ask you something. How you can't even get one here? You couldn't even get one.
You're going to just die.
Yeah,
here.
you're just here. They're going to deny you, and then you die.
We've priced people out of healthcare. We've priced people out of getting an education.
Mm-hmm.
People are no longer saying you should go to college. Have you noticed that in the last 5 years that has changed?
Yep.
used to, my mom was, you're going to college or else. And so I always knew I was going to college. We have priced people out of education because the ongoing story now is if you go to college, you'll come out so in debt, you'll never get on top of it and you'll live your life in debt.
Biden did do me a favor.
Do you see a problem with that?
I do. I say it. I'll say it again. And you said you own everything I've never said anything.
I gave you credit already.
Education is national security. It is. I've been saying this for a while. She never said it till now. She does this where she steals what I said. It's economic security. It's technological security. It's actually
you can't steal common idea that's around.
But no one else says it. Why aren't these politicians saying it? Why isn't Joe Biden?
Some do. Some Democrats do say it.
It's national. You guys don't understand. It's not just when I say that. It's such a vague thing. If we aren't educated, we don't develop the new products so we can run the world. Then China does. We don't. If we don't develop the new weapons so we can protect ourselves, we don't develop the new security system so we can protect ourselves. It's like all this shit. We need to be the world leader, and the only way that happens is with education. And if we don't have it, I mean, my buddy, who's a really smart guy, said it's not going to change. It's going to take a lot of blood to make it change. And I said, no. I don't think so.
This is all, and we've talked about this too before. It's all representative of, and it comes down to the money in politics because the pharmaceutical companies and all these companies, they put money into it. And then therefore
politicians don't work for us. We vote them in, but they don't work for us.
So a report came out in 2012 and they found that there were 5 threats to national security that were directly linked to education. A task force was formed to investigate this. Economic growth and competitiveness. I mean, look at the countries that have flown right by us.
But CHIPS Act, by the way, CHIPS Act is going to take care of this. They're bringing it back here. But
U.S.
we still need
physical safety, intellectual property,
100%.
And U.S. global awareness and U.S. unity and cohesion.
Right.
It's
we're seen as a joke worldwide right now.
Yeah. Well, I never got that until we went to Scotland.
Do you understand that the head, the guy, the titular head, I think it's the titular head of a party is a fucking full out criminal who's currently about to be under 3 indictments. 3 indictments, one of them for trying to overthrow the government.
He's currently, though, under
2 indictments.
One federal and one state.
It should be enough. And that's the
felony.
Guy. He's the leader of that party, and he's still ahead in the polls.
He surges in polls when he gets indicted.
But this is where, and I said it last week, and I said it angrily, I'll say it this week. People, you keep not wanting to be wrong, but until you accept that this guy does not represent you, he doesn't give a fuck about you. He
just said we have to fight together.
Together for him.
And if I don't win this election, it's the end of civilization. Donald Trump Jr. gave a speech and people laughed because he said if Trump gets indicted for January 6th, that was the quote, it will be the end of civilization.
And
I think people are kind of like, well, that's not exactly.
No, there's people that full out believe it. That's where we fucked up with education.
And Donald Trump loves hamburgers. He loves his hamburgers, and the best hamburgers I've ever had were from HelloFresh. This episode brought to you by HelloFresh. I have never eaten a better hamburger, and I have never made a better.
Just so you know, the box showed up as I was leaving the house.
Oh, it did?
The box showed up as
then you have
something
a box
good
too.
Something. Oh, yeah. Something to look forward to.
So
in these trying times.
Yeah, really. Guys, if you sign up for HelloFresh, you have to go and look. Pick your food. Even if you let them pick, because sometimes I forget to, whatever they send is always insane. And it's sometimes something I would go, well, I don't usually eat that. Like those ground pork tacos. Holy shite.
But it's lean pork, though.
Yes.
I mean, it was not, I mean, everything we get, whether it's the vegetables or the meat, it's quality stuff.
Good.
You can blindly pick it at this. Like I've tried it so many times.
That's
I'm just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Just put it.
That's what I learned. It's almost like, just send me what you got.
And
it's
I don't know why. I guess because they have chefs that develop these recipes. But the first box we ever got, and ever since then we've gotten them many times, we tried a burger. And I believe that was a ground pork burger
No, the first ones were the
the griddled onions, remember?
Kobe sliders.
It's like the blue cheese one.
And then you
it
was maybe the Gouda burger, and then you toast the buns. It was like something you would get from one of those like kind of hipster.
Yeah, I looked at it. I bit it and went,
yeah,
that's good food. When you
and juicy and ridiculous. They've got seasonal recipes that are chef created, so it changes regularly. It's always changing. They keep ones that are like diehard favorites, but it's always changing. They've got a new fresh and fit summer menu. It gets delivered to your door. It's pre-portioned ingredients. Each recipe is in its own bag. You can scan the QR code, or they give you this big recipe card with a picture, and somehow it always comes out looking like the picture too.
They're easy and it's simple to do, like process.
I don't know why, how.
And because you're cooking it, it's not processed. Because you're actually cooking fresh food. It's so much better for you. It's so good.
They also have things like right now a backyard bratwurst bar you could do, or key lime pie. They're doing summer stuff. Put a burger in your box. That, again, it's a weird thing to say, but try it. It is such a great Sunday afternoon meal to make, and you will be shocked. You're going to be shocked by all the food.
We haven't had something where I went,
They have calorie smart. They've got protein smart lunch and dinner options now. They've got vegan dinners. So you can choose whatever your thing is that you're doing. You can make it work with HelloFresh. Again, when I said delivered to your house, you don't have to leave your house. And they have good quality, really good quality proteins and fruits and vegetables, fresh produce. It's America's #1 meal kit. Try it. It's going to simplify your life. All you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com/Titus50 and use code Titus50. You get 50% off and you get free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Titus50 using promo code Titus50.
I want to just ads real quick. I had someone complain about our ads are too long. And I want you guys to know something. When we did the podcast, the one thing I said is I didn't want ads. And then we got Harry's, we got some people. And Ask Ray, I'm really weird about this. It has to be good or we're not doing it. We don't just take ads. We get offered a lot of stuff. And I'm like, nah. That's why when we talk about them, Highlander brought this up. It turns into a conversation about what we all experience because we use these products. Yeah. I want you to know, because I hated ads on stuff. I hate it. I don't like listening to someone just blah, 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 an ad.
Yeah.
So we didn't need to. We did the podcast for years without it. It's fine. I make my money at comedy. I'm fine. I want you guys to know that we're bringing you products you may not know about because we use them and they're great products. So if you're mad about the ads, sorry.
Well, the other thing,
also, sorry. Enjoy your free podcast.
But wait, it was one person out of all the people.
Yeah, but I always know that if one person playing, there's it's whatever it is, 10%.
I tell you what, if you think the ad's too long, try the product, and then you'll be talking about that product longer
than we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
that's why we take things that we
But
like.
Enjoy your free podcast again that we produce and the Armageddon updates and stuff. That makes me mad sometimes when we become the society of whining. And at one point I just want to go, we do this for you. We don't get anything out of this from you guys. We do it for you guys.
Yeah.
So you can suck it up and hear about some great products.
HelloFresh, Athletic Greens, Liquid IV, and Butcher Box made it possible for us to sit here this week and
do a mini cooking podcast
and give you a free podcast where we get to man about bullshit. The climate change thing scares me. I have never only because I thought this year was good. We had so much snow, the reservoirs got filled, and now it's only the weather didn't really change till like July 1st,
and it was fast. It was like we were running the heat, and
it went from like 68 to 108.
Yes.
And then I looked at Phoenix and I was looking at Texas and I remember, and then the East Coast you're right.
We just went right into.
And I'm afraid. And then I'm seeing on Instagram, all these places around the world where shit is breaking off and it's just going to get worse, I think. And it went, again, the scariest thing I've heard in a long time is Hawaii is scared of rain. Yeah. You guys understand? These people deal with lava and they're afraid of rain.
Even if Democrat or Republican won't matter anymore, there'll be no planet. And so that should heavily weigh in your decision as to who you vote into office. And Donald Trump is a climate change denier. He thinks that global warming means that it's going to be hot and that snow is proof that it's
His
not
Ministry
true.
of the Interior owned coal mines.
He was taking in an average of less than $80,000 a day in itemized contributions in the first part of March. $80,000 a day, not bad for his campaign. Roughly $4 million landed in his campaign after the March 30 indictment. So it's working. All of these indictments are working for him. And he's so great. Do you remember the guy, Eliyahu Weinstein? He gave...
Eliyahu? That's a fucked up name,
He
man.
gave...
what are we naming him? Eliyahu?
He gave...
That's a
my
noise.
old email.
You
That's
named
my-
him out of an excitement noise. Eliyahu! Go ahead. Sorry. Do I remember it?
.com, isn't it?
He said .com and made it way funnier. So go ahead. Eliyahu.
What is happening?
Eliyahu.
That's probably aliens coming to take
Please,
both of you
please,
away.
aliens.
Eliyahuans. He pardoned him. Got him out of jail. He had a 24-year prison sentence. Trump commuted it. He's now been arrested again.
For?
He has run a massive Ponzi scheme, of course. He got out.
It's been a year and a half or 2 years. He's already ran in another. My God.
He pardoned him and now he's back. I'm sure it was a buddy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Trump, I mean, look at Roger Stone. Roger Stone, flat out criminal. Roger Stone worked for Nixon. I mean, Roger Stone's a criminal. He's
a proud criminal.
Steve Bannon took tens of millions of dollars from people on the Finish the Wall fund that they used to go ride on a Chinese billionaire's yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got arrested on a boat.
Where he was then recorded saying, we're going to pretend we won, even if we don't.
And these motherfuckers continue to grift. They continue to use this. Marjorie Taylor Greene bought a $110,000 SUV off her campaign donations and claimed it was a campaign.
I didn't even know there was
claimed 50,000 miles on her mileage.
And didn't have any. Yeah, had like 11.
Do you know how many times she would have to drive back and forth to
Car
DC?
didn't have that many. You can't claim 50,000 if the car doesn't have that many on it.
Exactly.
It was to the restaurant that she owned.
No,
right?
that closed
the whole
down.
thing.
That went bankrupt.
Oh, that closed. Oh, okay.
Of course it closed.
But here's what bothers me. So we have family members that are conservative and they buy this and they do donate money, and you guys are getting, and people, they're using your money to go on a yacht with a Chinese billionaire. They're using your money to buy themselves a brand new SUV.
Yes.
They're not using their money to change the country.
No.
They are raping you. It is a shell game. It is a con. It is 100% just ripping you off. Trump made they're investigating this too, $226 million for the Stop the Steal thing, which
Election
we now have
fund.
him on.
Legal defense fund.
We now have the girl that worked in, who's the girl that testified against him and said he goes, we lie. I can't believe I lost to this fucking guy about Biden. We have witnesses saying he knew he lost. He knew he lost. And he said, stop the steal. And he took your money. And you continue to vote for him.
They're still giving it to him.
But I don't get it. Like, I like, what is it, man?
Yeah, is there a side of him that they just are okay ignoring all of his crime, and they're like, okay, I like that he's
he's sexy. His hair's good.
Great speaker.
Yeah,
maybe
he's really.
But I know that
he's insightful.
So evangelicals,
good golfer,
charitable,
right?
The evangelicals had.
Well-read.
Were able to ignore all of his
They just put it behind him,
and they were like, "Well, I like this certain policy
right.
that he's going to sign into law,
right.
so we're going to this maybe anti-abortion or something, or he's going to put he's going to stack the Supreme Court.
He did,
so they're going to strategically go, okay, he can be corrupt and do all the criming that he wants. We don't care. We just like these 5 things to change.
Yep.
In society.
Can we make gay people hated? Can we hate trans people? By the way. Why? I'll say it again. Why do you care so much what other people put their naughty parts? Why do you care?
Yes.
What is wrong with you that you keep thinking about that?
I think that's why
they're not fucking kids. In fact, we have a lot of Republicans that literally. There was another Republican this last week got busted flat out for actually hitting on 15-year-olds.
But that is still an ingredient on the right. The deep.
What if they're just mad that
they
those people I've decided to be who they are. I wonder if that's it. I'm always trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe those people are free. Fuck them.
I
wonder if that's what? Why would you care? I don't think about who everybody screws. I don't think about it. I just don't.
I think that Republicans specific ones have figured out that scaring people is what works.
Yeah,
Donald Trump
100%.
certainly. And so,
It's exactly what Hitler did.
It's
and Stalin did.
always, it's not that those people exist. It's that they're taking something from you, including your kids.
Hurting kids. Yeah.
And
that's a big one.
So it's the same thing with Black people, immigrants. It's all that it's all fear mongering. And so people buy into that because they hear it over and over and over and over, and they don't know why. They just know they're scared, and they know that fear, I can't vote for that because, I mean, you could see that with some family members.
Trump just did that again. When he was running with they're bringing their rapists, he just did almost word for word. He just goes down a list of scary things.
Yeah.
That has no real, it's a tiny percentage of this, tiny percentage of that.
No, it's less than most of the stuff he's talking about is less than 1% of any population. Yeah.
And he just
We're
keeps
not
going.
the only dumb ones because authorities in Kenya have exhumed the bodies of over 400 people that are said to have died in connection with a doomsday cult. They believe that all victims were followers of a doomsday cult in the coastal town of Malindi that was led by a local pastor who ordered them to fast to death in order to meet Jesus. He has now denied the allegations, which made me laugh because I was like, wait, he's still alive?
And he's type 2 obese.
I thought he said
really
that we had to fast. Why is he alive to deny it? 400 plus people buried because they fasted to death.
Doesn't this?
Because one dude told him.
I got a Darwin thing. Then I got. I'm like, you know what? Okay, and I think that's what's going to happen to these people. There's some scary things happening that people aren't really. Everyone's living their life trying to get through. I get that, but if you start, and maybe it's because our heads in this all the time, we're always talking about this. There's a group of people. Jason Aldean is putting out a song about it. Where basically pick up your arms. If you don't like what's going on and deal with it, and there'll be, my fear is there's going to be a day that breaks off. And when that does, I mean, we're just, we're in the simulation again. We're just going back here. Here's Civil War simulation. We're in. And so when the fuck do we evolve to where we're like, oh, maybe if we all just got along, it would be awesome. And we could actually build new industries.
We're too young. We're too young.
You think, not as a country, but as a species?
As a species, yeah. We're still hardwired to like follow, the strong man. You know what I mean?
But but he's not though. He's a tiny-fisted fat fuck who can't do anything.
You don't really need to demonstrate it these days. You can just kind of say it. You don't have to, we're not cavemen anymore. Like you don't have to actually.
Speaking of this, speaking of this, can we talk about the dumbest shit I've ever heard? Like when I realized we were in the most absurd time in history, when Zuckerberg and Musk have decided to have a cage match. They've decided to fight.
Wait, this is not a meme?
No, bring it up.
No,
bring it up.
real.
No, it's real. They said they were going to fight, and then Zuckerberg came out with that new thing, which I'm on now. Threads, guys, follow me on Threads. Titus Nation, Christopher Titus. Because at least that Threads it's connected to Instagram, so there's like some sort of, they edit out some of the evil, not all the evil, but there's a big chunk of evil that's missing. It's a lot easier to be on. No, they're going to fight. And the problem is Zuckerberg's been training Krav Maga and jiu-jitsu for a while now. He's actually competed in tournaments. And I don't think Musk has.
The day after Elon Musk challenged Zuckerberg on social media to a cage match, Dana White, the president of the UFC, received a text from Mark Zuckerberg, who we know who that is. He asked Mr. White if Mr. Musk was serious about fighting him.
This is some Andy Kaufman.
Dana White then called. You know what I mean? He then called. Dana White then called Elon and confirmed that he was willing to fight. Dana White reported that back to Mark Zuckerberg, who then posted on Instagram, "Send me the location."
Let me just correct you on.
Send me location.
It's Krav Maga.
It's Krav Maga.
If anybody who knows it,
McGraw,
they go crazy about that.
Yeah.
Did you say McGraw?
I said McGraw.
Like Tuck McGraw.
I don't usually say it.
Krav Maga. Yeah.
It's by accident it comes out. But
People say that?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. And they get
Krav
very.
Maga?
And Mr. McGraw,
Yeah.
Mr. McGraw was the guy with the glass skin. See, that was Mr. Magoo.
This is Magoo.
So Krav Magoo.
Krav Magoo.
Since then,
And he was amazing.
I'm fighting it.
Since
Little
then,
kicks.
Dana White said he has talked to both tech billionaires separately almost every night to organize the showdown. On Tuesday, he said he was on the phone with each of them until about 12:45 a.m. They both agreed that they want to do it.
Stop.
What do they win? What does the
Stop.
winner get?
Stop. This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. We have two multi-billionaires. I'll fight you too. What are you, fucking 6? Here's why society's fucked up. When the guys that are doing the best of anybody want to duke it out, you guys are...
Well, they're now saying
We
it'll be an
deserve to end.
exhibition match and that there will be a charity component.
That
but
doesn't
they're
make it
working
better.
out details of the location in Las Vegas, which has to get approval now from the Nevada Athletic Commission.
Trump's
They don't
involved
understand
somehow.
that you don't understand that Zuckerberg's been training with some serious martial artists for a while. He's competed in 2 or 3 tournaments where he placed. I don't know what.
But Elon will just come out as like an AI robot. And he'll just be like,
he shoots across. He's got rockets on his hands. Shoots it. It's Iron Man versus Zuckerberg.
Yes. Billionaires don't have enough to do. They build little tiny penis rockets. And
oh, are they going to launch a new product? Like both do it in VR? Is that what they're doing? Maybe they're both going to like Meta.
I will say
it's a meta fight.
So Threads came out and Elon Musk said he's going to sue Zuckerberg because Threads is so much like Twitter.
isn't that what started it?
I know because it came in after they already agreed to fight. Maybe he got word that it was coming out.
Yeah, but Twitter was copied off of MySpace. And,
right.
And
exactly. Good internet. You guys know if you're in a car guy, the torque thrust wheels, the 5-spoke wheels, you know, that they're classic. They're on all hot rods.
Oh, yeah.
So there's been like 1,000 companies have done those wheels. And every time they go to court, they're like, wait, 1,000 companies. The judge goes, 1,000 companies have done these wheels. Get out of my house. Get out of my court.
Yeah.
So I think that we are at we live in the dumbest fucking time. I guess this shit had to happen in the past too. But I remember Howard Hughes taking on a Rockefeller. I don't remember.
Well, we used to have a battle of the celebrities. You know, remember those shows?
Yeah,
like,
there wasn't one death. God, what was it? Death fight to the death. What the fuck was that animated show? It was like claymation.
I don't know.
But if you want to see a real fight, a comedy fight to the death, Titus, Des Moines Funny Bone on the 28th. That's next Friday. First show sold out. We added a show. Saturday, 2 shows at the Kansas City Improv. And then Cleveland Hilarities coming up. Just added Detroit Comedy Castle the night right after that on the 13th. Then Stardome Birmingham, Huntsville Stand Up Live the very next weekend, Blue Room in Springfield. Lots of new dates on the site, so go to ChristopherTitus.com/tour. Louisville just went on sale 2 days ago.
And you gotta see Ray's new material. I have watched you in the back of the room. You guys, so when I get on stage, the audience is warmed up. Why is the audience warmed up? Because of her. This girl gets on stage, and I work with a bunch of other comics this year when you couldn't go with me, and I cannot tell you how good you are at comedy. It is stunning. She did something. We were in the Omaha first night.
The first night was monster.
That's what it was. First
night.
You did something that you were so loose, and no matter what happened, you rolled with it. And did you feel it? Did you feel like everything you said was kind of perfect?
Sometimes it's like surfing.
Yes.
And they were Friday night Omaha was insane.
And by the way, comedy's my life. And for me to say this, it's a huge compliment because it's everything I believe in and everything I love. And holy shit, are you good at this?
Thank you. We've added Knoxville, Louisville, Atlanta, Texas, Dallas, and Houston runs. So go check out the website. You'll see those dates on my website.
Go to ChristopherTitus.com to get all that. Do me a favor, guys. Go to Christopher Titus TV. We have so much content. Plus, the new special, Zero Side Effects, is out. Is there any way to move it up so they can link? Is that linked on the ChristopherTitus.com page?
Yes.
Is it right? Okay. So go to ChristopherTitus.com. Click through to watch Zero Side Effects. It's one of my best specials.
We also, you can go and subscribe to Knock 'em Dead podcast YouTube channel. The new one comes out every first Friday of every month. This next one's going to be really cool. Also, Rachel Bradley YouTube channel, we're going to start posting a bunch of content and clips from Alpha Chick, which is on Amazon. You can go watch now anyway. We're
going to talk about this. I think this one's about all the people.
We're not saying anything yet.
All right. I have an idea.
Okay.
Is it about death?
It is. Those people who died. That we need to do. That song needs to be. We need to take 7 seconds of that song. Guys, thank you so much for. By the way, can I say this? We have adopted a 17-year-old Yorkie. Girl.
We adopted. We rescued.
Oh, you're gonna have to stop by the house when we're on the road.
Not
now there's
stop.
3 of them.
She needs to be baby. Babysatting. I don't know, but I like that word. She's 17 years old. We talked about last week. I was filling out the forms. She's deaf.
When are you guys going out of town? Because I only have a week.
Listen, she's so sweet. She's deaf, mostly blind, and I talked to the vet
dementia
today. He thinks maybe puppy dementia, although my sister told me, do not say that. She's just a little confused, but she has these big blank eyes, and she is as sweet as she can be, and absolutely destroys my heart. Her owner, who she was with for 17 years, her person, is in the hospital dying of dementia. And so I asked if she had even been able to go see her mom, and she can't. And so at a time that she is nearing her end and confused and kind of in a vacuum a little bit, she's been kind of skipped around to different places. So now she's got a place.
So I come home night, and she's in bed crying. And she's like, look at this little
You told
girl.
this last week.
I know, but I want not everybody listens to the same. That's not
They
the
better.
same group. It's not the same group. And she was crying, and I go, what? And she showed me this dog, and this dog was just so, and I don't understand people. Then we found out that the woman has a daughter.
Yeah, she's got a daughter.
And she would
take
her mom's dog.
Her mom, who's dying, who obviously loved this dog. This was her. They were each other's people.
Again, you only get to have it for 2 weeks.
Her daughter didn't take.
Oh no, this dog is too spry.
Well, so I thought we were adopting someone that we would usher onto Jesus, right away. This dog, 17, I've never heard of a 17-year-old Yorkie. She shows up in leg warmers doing toe touches. I am
doing
like
80 for Brady.
That's what I said. She's like that old lady in the gym that's doing deadlifts.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, 90? And then she goes in the backyard, and she was kind of confused for like a day. And then she started hopping around like a psycho.
Oh, we've now seen hops straight up in the air. 3 hops. And then last night, I kept trying to put her back on the grass.
Yes.
And she figured out that I was going to block her and put her back on the grass. And she's like, Chaplain, she wants back in the air conditioning. This dog she takes off running. She's obviously got arthritis, so she walks really slowly. Mm-hmm. Dog takes off. I had to kind of jog to catch her and stop her.
Yeah, this dog. I think I don't think we bought a dog that's dying. We adopted a dog that's dying. I think we adopted a dog that's going to be our dog for a minute. I think this dog is good.
We've gotten rid of her crap food, and she had her breakfast today, and then was on her back on the rug, rolling around like this.
So she's happy. Yeah, I just want to say you have a very, very giant heart.
I went to Home Goods yesterday and got her a giant fluffy white blanket and like a faux fur, big, fat, fluffy, and a big stuffed elephant. And then I couldn't get Groucho out because of the cage.
How old are these?
Groucho's 4. Chaplain's
only
13.
4. Oh, wow.
Chaplain's 13.
With already gray hair? That's interesting.
Yorkies
they
always
come gray.
They do?
No, they come black.
Well, they come black, but usually a first haircut.
First haircut.
To the point, I didn't know that. I'm a Yorkie dad now, but I didn't know that.
Like somebody lied.
Dude, when she brought Chaplain
ID.
home from his first haircut, I said, that's not our dog.
He was so upset. He said, go back. This is not our dog. Take him back. It's not him. And I was like, no. They always start as little black balls of fur with the kind of brassy bronze gold face and paws. But underneath that is varying colors of silver, or depending on what color Yorkie you get. Yeah.
So I'm 4. On my under.
Yeah, me too. I also. What? My nose hair is 4. I shaved it. It was black.
And then immediately.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Go to Christopher Titus TV. Watch that stuff. It helps us out, and it's funny. We get stuff. We are still working on our sketch show that is coming up. We have some more sketches to write, but we've already got 4 or 5 in the can, don't we?
Or, yeah.
In the can. I said in the can.
It's on film.
Yeah.
Gonna look amazing.
And now it's time for Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. It's Highlanders Fun Facts.
Yeah.
Something happened with the auto
when
tune.
I got it, I got too relaxed.
Yeah, don't go off script.
I didn't mean to. I should have held tight.
Let's do a speaking of.
Okay. Speaking of.
Speaking of old animals.
Oh, okay.
What is the oldest vertebrate animal?
Vertebrate.
Not like a coral reef or
like a tortoise.
That shit doesn't count.
Tortoise.
Kill those fuckers.
Tortoise.
No, close.
Snake.
Dead air.
Blue.
No, they live for like 3 minutes.
Whales.
Oh, you mean longest
That can live
living?
the longest.
living.
Yeah.
Not what was.
It's not a
here
tortoise.
First. Yeah, I thought it was.
Wasn't it the tortoise 250?
There's some birds and turtles that live.
They do live long, but this one outlives them like crazily.
What is
the
it?
Greenland shark lives to over 500 years.
What?
500 fucking years.
I don't want to be anywhere that long, man. I'd be like,
That's crazy.
Why?
We just adopted.
But what kind
the Yorkie version of that.
Yes, this Yorkie's gonna live.
So we're trying to figure out how well she can hear, if at all. So he starts whistling and gets louder, and finally hits this really high pitched whistle. And she and Chaplin their ears both pop up from opposite sides of the kitchen, and then they both run in opposite directions.
No idea where it's coming from.
That's hilarious.
They had no idea. They're like, okay, we got it. Somebody call it.
Terrible echolocation.
I live in a Jerry Lewis movie with Yorkies
Yes.
We're
now.
running a senior home for Yorkies.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There could be only one.
Wise up, people. Scream sanity.
Or stupid wins.
There you go.
It's winning.